Welcome to another edition of Highway and Hometown. Folks, we are excited to be at the Texas Concrete Pipe Annual Convention. I am Patrick Tarleton. That is my co-host, Chris Rowland. Chris, what a couple of days we've had, and we just got some numbers in. Registration topped over 130 this year. That is incredible.
I mean, we couldn't have any better support. The industry friends we have here, just a wonderful time, great information, and a lot of fun. It's a celebration of the last year of our industry and looking forward to the next year of our industry. So
I was thinking about that. That doesn't include spouses or family members. I mean, last night we easily had 150, 160 people in casino night and that auction. It was a really good time.
They like us, Patrick. They like us.
They really like us. Y'all, and then today, I thought the presentations were great. You know, we've talked about it a few times, but the information that we got today from speakers that held nothing back, I thought they gave us their honest input about the state of both their agencies, FHWA, TCEQ, TxDOT, all the way down to municipalities, but also how our industry can interact with their their government agencies.
That's exactly right. They don't hold anything back because they know we work together as a partnership, and they want the feedback for their agency. They give us theirs, and it just does nothing but improve both sides of the equation.
Okay, well, speaking of partnerships, we are joined by the Cement Council of Texas, Amy Swift, Andrew Pinkerton. I'm not going to read your bio because guess what? We're on our podcast and you get to tell everybody about yourself.
Right.
So, but look, I would say this. We've had an ongoing partnership that has extended for years. We normally go to each other's events. You guys put on one heck of an event down in Austin, and so we've done this. However, I think the recent spotlight on concrete in general and cement in general has kind of urged us to build a bigger and better relationship, one that extends well past just our events, right? Absolutely. So after you get through with the bios, I do kind of want to dive into your priorities and how we can help the Cement Council, how our membership and viewership can help the Cement Council as well. So Amy, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your role with CCT.
All right. So I am Amy Swift. I've been with the Cement Council for 25 years. I started when I was 12. But I kind of, how I put it to people is jack of all trades. I do anywhere from the accounting to the HR to the meeting planning, going to events, and it's just been a amazing journey of a career, I'd like to say, and I love my job. It's always something new every day. It's something that's a little bit different, and some of the things I've seen, it's amazing.
I love to hear that. Andrew?
First of all, congratulations on a great event this week. Absolutely fabulous, and thanks for having us. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun. And I'm Andrew Pinkerton. I've been in this role for a little over 2 years now. Spent over 20 years in the industry. Been really lucky to work for some great companies, some great leaders, but more importantly, to continue to work in the industry. And so when this opportunity came up, I jumped out of it immediately. And it's, like Amy said, something new every day, and it's been a lot of fun. And congratulations to Amy, too. I mean, she's been with us for so long, and the association wouldn't be what it is today without her. So she does a great job. And, we've got 2 other people on our staff. We're a small team. And Nancy and Randy, they do an amazing job. They're out there on the road all the time, promoting concrete and cement. And,
I see Randy every month at the AGC luncheon. Sat next to him just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I love cement so much. I moved to Midlothian, the cement capital of Texas, so I love cement.
That's awesome.
Talk to us a little bit about the organization. Tell us kind of what you're focused on, what your priorities are.
Yeah, so we promote the proper use of concrete and cement, but at many levels with cities, municipalities, DOT, contractors. We do a lot of education and marketing. We're not an advocacy group, but we certainly get involved as much as we can because if it has to do with cement in Texas, we want to be involved. And so we do a lot of education, marketing, boots on the ground, trying to build markets up, but also make sure that we're fostering communication, putting on great events to spread the word, educate, and just
Yeah, you guys do a phenomenal job of being at all the events too. We see you at engineering conferences, at transportation conferences, infrastructure meetings. There's AGC meetings. So we see you guys all over the place, and the message is always the same. It's always trying to educate whatever organization membership is there. Talk to us about why there's a need for that broad outreach.
Well, about the being at all the events, we do a lot of education, but also we learn so much at these types of events as well, having great speakers. But, so much is going on in this state with construction and infrastructure, preparing for what is the Texas miracle. So many people moving here because we have so much great stuff going on in this state. And so we want to promote competition, life cycle analysis, life cycle cost analysis. It was talked a lot at this conference about what we're doing for our communities, and I always come to how I approach everything is it's really about the people, the taxpayers, making sure that we are setting up the state for the growth that we're seeing. And so a big thing of that is fostering the communication between the communities, the producers, contractors. We have so much going on, and if we don't have that communication, we're lost. But of course, the education is so important as well.
Amy, anything to add?
Just to tag on to what he said is making sure that we're out there educating those folks that are using the cement and the concrete. I think is a huge thing, because if we're not educating them on them, who is?
Oh, there is someone out there at home saying this. I thought the cement and concrete were the same thing. Someone's saying it. Get ready.
I know. Trust me, when I started this job, for 2 weeks straight, I had to come into the office every day and tell them what the difference is.
What I can say, at least, being in this industry for a long, long time, my kids from a little age knew the difference. And no, that's not a cement truck.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about the hardball stuff. There is a push across, and this is not partisan at all. This is just the reality. There is a push for us to build hospitals, schools, roads, new buildings, new houses for the American dream. Everybody wants to talk about how wonderful all those things are. But then when you go talk about cement, they're like, just not in my backyard. Talk to us a little bit about the dynamic of that. Goes to your outreach conversation, right? Is yes, we all want these things. Everyone does. Yeah, you have to have them. I agree. 1,000 people coming to New Texas new every day, and what is it now? 1,300 a day.
Yeah.
And what does Governor Abbott say every time? They don't bring roads, they don't bring schools, they don't bring hospitals. So yeah, we have to build all those things. So talk to us about that outreach and that dynamic that you're really having to struggle with right now.
Certainly, it is very needed. Those roads, the hospitals, everything. And and about the backyard piece, you talked about being in Midlothian. Everyone I've spoke to that lives in Midlothian loves it, and and a lot of that is because our members, the cement producers, do an amazing job of outreach, community relations. They give back in meaningful ways. They are a part of the community, and they have been for a long time.
They're a great corporate citizen. I mean, it's not just because this is my industry. They're good companies.
Absolutely, yeah. And I couldn't be more proud of the work that they do, the capital investment and everything that they put into their facilities. Safety being number one, but after that, it's great production, great relationships, and because it's needed so much, they're providing what we need. And ultimately, we get to move around the state the way we want to. Our businesses stay open and they can deliver and receive goods the way they need to. If they're using our materials to build the roads, their communities aren't hampered with constant maintenance costs. And so it goes so far for so many in the state. And ultimately, we have a great state. And I'd love to say it's because of our concrete roads, but a lot of it all goes into everything that you all do, we do, and others in our industry, how much we pour into the communities.
Hey, you can say it. The guy earlier said, "Hey, it's because the roads are good because you guys pour a ton of money and time into it, and
Yep.
and companies that believe in the business model here in Texas." I thought it was great to hear that. We do have
Absolutely.
good roads. Drive other places.
We
My,
really
my
do.
career has taken me to multiple states. I've lived in Florida and Ohio and Kansas, Missouri. Our roads are better. They are. I mean, others are. You're going to find a pothole once in a while, of course. But generally, when you look at the roads in Texas, our infrastructure here is far superior. Sorry, other states. I know some of your other states are listening, but invest in it. The infrastructure is critical to your state.
Yeah, the investment is an important piece. You know, we promote life cycle cost analysis so much because it's an upfront cost, it's an upfront investment, but what you get in the long run is so important. The fact that you can have a road, a dependable road, for up to 40 years and even beyond. We've seen so many roads go well beyond that. Recently, we held an event at Fort Cavazos, and they were putting in a new concrete pad for their motor pool. And we also, as part of that event, looked at one of their previous motor pools. This motor pool has housed thousands of tanks over the years, over this 40-year lifespan that this pavement had had, and they've spent $0 on maintenance over 40 years of this concrete.
How do you hear that about anything?
Yeah, exactly. And these 73-ton tanks constantly rolling on them, in and out through everything that you could imagine that Fort Cavazos is dealing with, and their logistics. $0 in maintenance, and you know it's amazing to see. But then also standing out there and seeing the tanks, and it was a really exciting event for us.
Good.
It is, and they're doing more.
Exactly,
They did one, and there's 2 more in the works. So it's
Awesome.
great.
And we find that a lot when people do try concrete for the first time or go back to concrete, they continue using it because they see the great benefits. They love the low maintenance, and you know it's a testament to the product itself.
They launched the spaceship off of it in South Texas just a little while ago.
I wouldn't want to see a spaceship launched off many other materials than
Right.
concrete.
I tell people that I'm like, oh, you don't love it, or oh, really? They launch spaceships off of it.
Exactly.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Look, inevitably there's somebody out there watching, or someone will point the finger and say, yeah, but it's not sustainable. You hear that all the time, right? The conversation in our industry is we're making progress.
Mm-hmm.
We understand this is a conversation. We live here too, right?
Sure.
We live here, we work here. All of us are outdoorsmen. We want to see a better planet for our kids and our grandkids. Talk to us about the commitment of the cement industry to sustainability. It's important.
Sure. Well, you know, I would disagree with you a little bit on it's not sustainable. It certainly is. The resilience, the resilience alone provides a lot of sustainability. There's so much about it that does offer upfront sustainability. But as you said, we've taken a lot of steps. You know, a number of years ago, we saw that we could make a significant impact in our production by changing to a new product. And we've seen this new product in our market a lot, Type 1L cement. It reduces the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere by up to 10%. And so there's a number of things that the industry does to lower that number. And then this on top of that just adds more savings. And so I can't brag on our membership enough. They've all done so much to advance the sustainability at their plants. But then also, once it's in the ground and you're driving on it, you get better gas mileage, your tires don't wear out as much, there's not as much equipment constantly coming and going to repair or to replace. And so that all leads to the sustainability. And that's why we also promote so much of that life cycle analysis and life cycle cost analysis.
Well, as I said earlier, I will testify. I do live in Midlothian, Texas. We have 3 cement mills there. people that make it out that they're these ugly monsters that are polluting. They're not. I drive by them every day. There's a little steam's coming out, maybe. It's nothing.
Yeah.
And they do. They're good corporate citizens. They've been there a long time. They'll be there for a long time. They know that, and they're actively taking care of what they need to. And our communities don't have any problem. We embrace them.
Yep, there's certainly so much they do. They are big facilities. I think they're very beautiful facilities. They're
cool.
There is so much science and engineering that goes on in those every single day to produce the products that they do. It's not an easy thing to produce, but they do it 24 hours a day, and with the communities in mind, with sustainability in mind, with efficiencies, safety, everything that goes into it.
Okay, Amy, you've been here the longest.
Yes.
Tell everyone how to get a hold of the Cement Council in Texas.
Well, all you have to do is go to our website, which is cementx.org, and you can subscribe to our newsletter there and our blog, and also find Nancy, Randy, Andrew, and my contact information. Send us an email. We're happy to come out and educate and get to know you.
Perfect. Any topics we didn't cover that you guys want to?
Amy, why don't you talk a little bit about the concrete conference that we do with TxDOT every year?
Okay.
Or, excuse me, every 2 years.
Every 2 years, yes. So we've been doing this since I think the first one was 2010. We do it every 2 years. It is a conference that we do for TxDOT, but others obviously are welcome to attend, and we educate on streets and local roads. We do paving and maintenance. It's held in Austin every 2 years. We've been at the Pickle Center for the last few years. The next one is coming up in April of 2026, so mark your calendars. We actually are going to be working on the program starting in January, so watch for some upcoming info, and again, all that will be on our website as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our big conference, but we do lunch and learns. We have a number of different educational events that we have. We had one yesterday in Georgetown that we weren't able to attend because we were here, but Nancy and Randy are very capable of running those things. But it's important that people know that we're there to help them make determinations on either the type of pavement that they want to use or the type of material that they want to use, what they need in their soils to make sure that road lasts even longer. And so whether it's a simple one-on-one with a contractor, municipality, city, or if they want to attend one of our events, or if they want us to put on a specific event for them, lunch and learn or even beyond, there's so many opportunities that we can continue to foster that communication.
Perfect. We all thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We appreciate you partnering with us on this event as well. Thank you for your commitment to the Texas Concrete Pipe Association. We can't wait to return the favor here coming soon. Chris, anything else?
I just want to thank you both. Thanks for the council, and also and your member companies, because that's who we have relationships to. Thank you for being here and representing them. We love working with them, and we appreciate the continued partnership and support with you.
Yeah, Chris, you're right. Thank your members on behalf of our membership for allowing you to be here. I know that sounds crazy, but we all get tied up in doing other things, and the fact that your membership sees value in us as well is a great testament to the partnership, as Chris said. So thank y'all. With that, we are signing off from the Texas Concrete Pipe Association annual convention. Y'all, I can't tell you enough. Thank you enough to our associate members, our sponsors, our contributors. Our member company's commitment to this is just invaluable. And there's going to be some changes coming soon around the association. So watch out. You'll be seeing a podcast coming soon. It'll be really fun, and some new stuff on the way. Okay, Chris, why don't you take us away?
Thank you. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you here again next year.